All right, welcome in, ladies and gents. Today we are building the USS Enterprise. Now, we'll see exactly how far I get and whether or not I can power through and do all 3,600 pieces. I like to think I can do almost every set in one sitting, but as of late, I haven't been able to do that, especially in some of the bigger sets. So we'll see, but I've been super excited to build this, and it's been sitting in my backlog for far, far too long. So I am super, super excited to be building this today. Not going to jump on to the gift with purchase little shuttle pod because this is such a behemoth. I wanted to save the GWP as just kind of like a celebratory set when I finish the big guy. So gonna jump right in. I figure might as well build this set before I can get another Star Trek set. And that one is just around the corner. So let's get started. By the way, the box is fantastic, although it seems like a missed opportunity that with as many episodes that they had of the Next Generation. Like, yes, you got this, but and a few specs here and there, but it's kind of lacking, to be honest, the box art. It looks clean, don't get me wrong. It looks clean. I like the side box art. And this one, kind of bland, to be honest. Yeah, celebrating the 60th, but still. Love the minifigs. And this, I mean, come on now. We could have gotten more of that box art, don't you think? Anyways, I guess it fits with the typical UCS Star Wars sets. Which, yes, clean, but kind of sad. Anyways, I don't want to belabor that point. Oh, I forgot to hit enter on my chat. I'm curious of how many bags there are. Should have looked at it ahead of time to count. So then that way I would have known what it'd be like for pacing purposes. It looks like it might very well be 29 bags. Stand corrected, at least 30. All right, so you got a box within a box. It won't get completed tonight. Yeah. I'm just thinking this one was only 2503, 2,503 pieces. Granted, I was much younger when building that. I want to say I completed that in one sitting, but that was many moons ago. Goodness. Okay. Woo. All right. Another box. It is kind of good that they do this because then the instructions don't get crushed. Because the poor little instructions for the shuttle pod are gnarly. Bag one. I spy with my little eye a minifig. Bag 7. 5. And I'm sure this is noisy beyond all belief. I apologize. But if you're at all into Lego, you're used to it by now. Not too bad, actually. Okay, well, that's good. Doesn't look good, ladies and gents. I'll make you shed a tear. The printed windscreens that go apparently inside out. Like the base is bag 10. All right, so 30 bags it is. So that means if I wanted to pace it, say 3 hours. Unrealistic, but let's just do the math. So if I did 3 hours, that'd be, okay, that'd be 10 bags an hour. So a bag every 6 minutes. That might be pushing it. I'm venturing to guess these are not going to be just quick bags. Looks like the front of the nacelles are bag 15. Just strange, all the different varieties of printing of the bags. Things that take multiple nights. Multiple streams, I guess, just means more content. It'll be episodic. Guess that's one way of looking at it. Let's see what the damage is. Ooh. All things considered, not too shabby. I'm surprised there's only two booklets. I miss the days of the spiral instructions. I mean, I understand that it cost maybe, what, an extra $1 maybe. Probably realistically, not more than 50 cents. But that was a nice touch. I miss those days. And I don't think it's too much to ask if you're buying, you know, a set that's over $250 to get a spiral for your big, thick instruction manual. But I guess that's better than no instruction manual. Bricklink, I'm looking at you. All right, bought it for myself. No special occasion. And the Lego store. I remember picking this up. I was many moons ago. Almost one child ago, but not quite, not quite. All right. And then I already have the replacement sticker here. So instead of to boldly, it's to boldly go where no one has gone before. So I think I'll keep the misprint and yeah, just keep it with the instructions or keep it with the set and put on the correct sticker. I just got to make sure not to mix these up. But man, oh day, I feel bad for whoever was proofing this. I guess if, say, English is your second language, I could see the mistake. I think there's going to be, oh yeah, some pages on the Enterprise with the LCARs, the specifications. Oh, now that's what I like to see. I wish they did this in some form or fashion with every set, including like the name of each minifigure and a little blurb. It just, that extra little touch goes a long way. Again, just love the LCAR. So I am looking forward to the USS Defiant. That, oh my lord, it's going to be such a great set. And then of course we'll need Deep Space Nine, similar to the Death Star. And I love how they tell you how to pick it up. That's kind of cool. Oh, sweet. They actually did include a little blurb when you're building each minifigure. It's a small, simple thing, but I love that little touch. All right, let's position this box over here. So as people pop in, they can see exactly what we're making. And then I guess I can even leave that open so that way you can kind of see it, which I look forward to the Defiant. Got to make that. But I hope when they go ahead and make the USS Defiant, you can see Deep Space Nine in the background. Just a hint. And you got the mix of plastic and paper. You must be in the United States. Yes, sometimes you'll catch me talking in the third person. And I spy with my little eye a printed tile already. I mean, granted, any Lego set could be somebody's first Lego set. I get that. So it's always interesting to see how to use the brick separator, but I guess I don't mind it. Because, again, everyone has to have a first Lego set. And heaven help you if your first Lego set is a behemoth like this. I love the printing on the arms. It's simple, but a great minifigure. And of course, Beverly Crusher. So it says, okay, as the Enterprise's chief medical officer, Dr. Beverly Crusher always carries her medical tricorder with her. Oh, that's what that was. Yeah, buddy. I love it. And it looks like we have some of the CMF plates. But I would, talking about this set, I would love for this to become a thing or a theme. Star Trek, and give Star Wars a run for its money. Granted, it's all Lego, but still. Then there could maybe be some healthy competition between the two teams, unless it's the same personnel working on Star Trek as Star Wars, which that'd be unfortunate. But I guess there are individuals such as myself that like both Star Trek and Star Wars. I know that's earth-shattering for some folks. Womp, womp, womp. The first sticker. Of all things. Really? Did we not learn from Star Wars that if you're going to be doing like an Ultimate Collector Series level-esque set, go ahead and print this tile, please. Please, please, please. I do like the stand for the minifigs, don't get me wrong. But please, since this is going to be out, potentially exposed, because, I mean, granted, the size, chances of having a bookshelf or a shelf that's enclosed is pretty slim. So it's almost guaranteed that this is going to be out, sitting out somewhere. And so pieces like this, you want printed. I feel like I'm at the rifle range every time I put on a sticker like that. Like holding my breath, making sure it goes on just right. Because if not, you'll have my upscaled Vader with the bubble in the chest. Gets me every time, every time. Alex Kling. All right, scoot her way down there. I'm realizing I'm way behind schedule. Where is it going to be sitting in the house? TBD, TBD. That's a very good question. I guess it's going on my nightstand. No, probably not, because 3 little kids, it would be destroyed. I'll probably have to make room up there and put it up there on top of the IKEA shelves. I would love like its own case, but those things cost like a small fortune. And if you buy one of those, then that just means less money for Lego. I'm not made of money, so be nice to have one of those. But I'm trying to build a YouTube channel, and yeah, I need more money for Lego than I do for, say, I don't know, beautiful display cases. My wife would say more money for the kids, which fair. What I need is a diffuser for said lights, because it's cast a nasty little glare on my instruction manual. How dare those lights? You got the little symbol to rotate it. Yeah, Andrew's gonna have to step up his pace because this is slow going. This has to be the docking bay. That would be my guess. But yeah, in all seriousness, I don't have to think about where this masterpiece is going. Because I would be shocked if after building it, I wasn't super stoked to show it off. Yeah. So small, not even through bag. One. Slowly, slowly, we will get there. It's kind of interesting how it started out, like with the, I thought it was right here, but maybe not. Okay. Maybe after this, I need to build the Death Star. I am genuinely looking forward to building that. I know there was a whole bunch of controversy over it, i.e. the Death Slice, the Star Wars dollhouse, whatever you want to call it. But ultimately, I think it was a good design to be able to show it off. As far as Star Trek, it is curious what direction they'll go next. With you got the play set, play scale type Enterprise Bridge coming out in a few days. But then where are they going to go after that? Are they going to make it a full-fledged theme, or are they going to do Lord of the Rings style stuff? I would love it to be its own theme, because then maybe we could get, I don't know, battle packs for Star Trek. Get some Borg. Can you imagine being able to army build Borg? Get some Breen. Yeah, if I'm pronouncing that correct. It's been so long since I've watched some Star Trek. I need to watch some Star Trek. But there's so many different aliens in Star Trek that they could make. And maybe they won't be afraid of making a CMF line for Star Trek like they are Star Wars. I was like, I'm out of few pieces left. I'm like, where are these going? Because you can have these 1x1s, but you're not going to have a whole bunch of these big pieces. Very interesting. All right. So 25 minutes-ish, give or take, in, and just getting to bag 2. Woo! All right, we can pick up the pace and do this. I typically just hunt for each piece, but since I'm talking and streaming, I think I might switch to actually pulling out each piece, then do that step. So I don't think this is one where I want to miss a piece. That might be a bit of a sad panda. As tempted as I am to make this a speed run, it might take away from the joy of building it. So we'll just kind of see where we go and how fast we go. But let me know what you're building. I'm always curious what other people are building. Maybe I can live vicariously through you as well. Because with as much as LEGO is producing nowadays, unless your name is PinkBrix, you're probably not getting every set that came out. Hmm. Piece was hidden in there. Interesting. All right, now it's taking a little bit of shape. One, two, three, four, five. All right, so it is this. So it looks like it's right here. And then underside over there. Yeah, the use of these different color bricks is helping me locate where these like 1x1 studs go. So the bright colors are helpful. Can you imagine being the designer of this? It's like, where do you start? Probably start with the deflector dish, because that seems like one of the hardest things to design and pull off. But still, woo. That's just barely hanging on there. Hide the injection mold there. All right, that bag was much quicker. 7 minutes, so a little slow for the pace. Two secondary shuttle bays are located in the ship's net, which is part of the secondary hull. The starboard bay is larger, so starboard right, if you're looking forward towards the bow. It looks like we got our next sticker. Womp womp. Yeah, I'm venturing to guess the designer had to watch a lot of Star Trek. That would be a fun little gig. Get paid to watch some shows, to be able to design a set and play with Lego. Not a bad job, if I do say so myself. All right. Let's hold our breath and apply a sticker. Whew. I'm always tempted when I see that something is going to be symmetrical to be building the same or the other side, but the way the bags are designed on this, there's really no choice but to follow the instructions to the T. For what it's worth, that is a pretty good color match on the stickers to the pieces. Can't always say the same about Star Wars, but it's interesting because in the instruction manual, it's pretty bad. But in real life, it's actually a pretty good color match. I am pleasantly surprised. Well, for those watching, hopefully the audio is much, much better than the others. I so apologize and thank you for those that gave constructive feedback because I needed it. And my friend ChatGPT and other various AI tools assisted me in correcting the feedback or echo. Which that is one good thing about AI. Is being able to ask it a question, complex question like that, and get a detailed, thorough response that, just a simple Google search doesn't always yield. I'm not finding the slope I need. There it is. Part of a ship. It's like a wreckage from a really bad episode. It looks like I'm taking a break from that piece for a bit. So let's set it aside while we build this next chunk of hull. But as much as I want to finish this, I do have some editing to do, and I have an early day tomorrow, so just want to manage expectations as much as I would love a marathon. Because who doesn't love a Lego building marathon? Takes me back to being a kid, and isn't that's part of the draw of Lego, is taking you back to when you were a kid and didn't have any cares in the world, didn't have all this pressure of all the news that's going on in the world and bills and just simply adulting. But yeah, I visited Rogue Brick again today, and so did a nice long video for that I need to finish editing so I can get out to all you guys. But definitely recommend going there. It is leaps and bounds above Bricks and Minifigs. Chick-fil-A today, this is actually one of those reusable cups. So, yes, I do fancy myself some Chick-fil-A. But yeah, so I will be getting out that video touring Rogue Bricks. And I do need to make it to their other location and show that off. Super nice people. My son loves their tables. So what are you building today? Monkey Kid? When I was at Rogue Brick, they had a fair amount of Monkey Kid. I was surprised. For whatever reason, it seems like that theme just did not make it. Oh, can I please build some Monkey Kid? I probably do have some in my backlog. That's another video that I'm working on, is getting together all my backlog in one room. I think it will fit in this room, but I gotta go through my backlog to see what all I have. Understands the peak. Yeah, because I've got so much in backlog. It's like, woo, that I need to inventory it and see what I have in there to avoid duplicate sets. Because you know your backlog is too big when you end up with some duplicate sets. That's a oopsie daisy. Try explaining that to your spouse. And it's one thing when it's a battle pack. It's another thing when it's something bigger. Yes. Yes. I do need to build that. That is a thing of beauty. Yeah, I ended up pulling the trigger before Target fixed their pricing error. They had, for, I don't know, several weeks, all of the One Piece Series 2 sets, except like the $29 one, they were all mispriced $10 every set in Dallas Fort Worth at Target. It was crazy. But I did check again today and they've fixed all the pricing. Where the GARPs, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out. I think I might take some of these modulars down and move them over there and put some of the One Piece up there, because I think there's more visual interest, at least to me, in the pirate ships than the modulars. Because if you're a Lego fan at all, chances are you probably own all the modulars. You may not own a lot of pirate ships or other stuff, and plus those are just newer than some of these, because those are the older modulars. You gotta get rid of those. Yeah, I'll move them. Yeah, I did watch some of your videos on the One Piece. The One Piece is better than the modulars. Yeah, I mean, my wife, that's kind of what got her into Lego. So, you know, I do fancy myself a connoisseur of the modulars, because it keeps her engaged. And that helps be able to spend a little bit more on Lego. So there's that. No, I don't have that, and I don't have, I know this is going to sound bad, but the X Mansion. I do have the Daily Bugle, need to build that. So the The Bat logo worth the money? Well, right now, check your Target, check your Walmarts, because it could be on sale. But maybe it's that I built that with my 4-year-old son. But man, that thing is as fragile as glass when building it. But when it's done, it's awesome. So it makes me want to redo the PinkBrix mosaic. Plus, it's all pink. I know PinkBrix, but I want to fix that up so there's a little bit more contrast to it and make it more like the Batman logo, because the Batman logo is great when it's done. It's not a fun build while building it, especially if you're building it with a 3-year-old or 4-year-old. So that was a bit much, but he came up with the idea of the likes challenge, and woo, man, oh day. So yeah, long and short, I would recommend it. Just be prepared for it to break apart half a dozen or more times while you're building it. But yeah, it'd be nice if they did something similar to that on more of the logos. When did I buy the Enterprise? Day one. So, and I'm now just getting around to it. That's why I have the GWP down here. But I'm saving that for when this is finished as kind of like a, hey, you finished it prize. But I was going to be hard pressed to buy, I don't know, another Star Trek set without building this one first. So, do you have the Enterprise? But yeah, it was fun watching all those videos on the One Piece. It made me want to collect them all. But I don't know, that theme is on fire right now. But I would like, I don't know, something to go along with it. So a GWP or something other than the sad state of affairs that they've been doing with that sale on, I don't know, 3 of the series One Piece. Like, give us like a poly bag or I don't know, something. Throw One Piece a bone. But I guess can't complain too much because the minifigures are on fire. You don't have the Enterprise? I think it's a great set. I mean, from what I've seen, all the research, all the videos I've watched, and again, I'm a Star Trek, Star Wars fan, basically anything sci-fi, so I had to get it. Arkham and X-Mansion. Well, yeah, because they're disappearing. So yeah, duly noted. Am I reading that right, or am I going blind? Are you literally saying the helicarrier? Carrier? That would be a no. I very well may have the original, the OG, in my backlog. And I would get that if there was a good deal. But maybe my eyes are deceiving me. I mean, it might be a good set, but the amount of stickers, the removal of the microfigs. It's like, really? I don't know how you thought that would fly. Are you being facetious or serious there? Because I feel like you might be trolling me. Now, if the price was right, I would agree with you. But for retail, peak, I think we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one. How in the world? Oh, that's why they have this little stud sticking out. It's too expensive, but a good set. Yeah, I guess that's with with all things. Yeah, the Black Pearl. Yeah, I feel like a lot of those sets, when they're that expensive, it's like, man, they must have somebody that's like an economist and running the math and figuring that it's not worth it being slightly cheaper to get that many more units sold. But I don't know. My mind, it's like, well, if you make it cheaper, you'll still make a profit. You'll move more units. And overall, I would think make more money, but as big of a company as they are, they've had to have done economic models on that to figure out what's the optimal price. Even though I would disagree. All right, Wesley Crusher. It was so funny initially seeing people speculate what his little portable tractor beam generator was. Enterprise, yeah. Enterprise was expensive. It was not cheap. But since I'm a fan of both franchises, Star Wars, Star Trek, I couldn't pass it up. And plus, they got me. They got me with the GWP. Because with a lot of things like, I don't know, One Piece, it's like, well, I can wait on a lot of those because there wasn't any extra incentive to make it a day one purchase other than the sheer excitement of One Piece. How can I afford so many Lego sets? Well, I've been collecting for the better part of 4 decades. But yeah, I may have spent like every bit of disposable income since, I don't know, I was 5 getting Lego. But yeah, I do need to do, that'd be an interesting video. It'd be interesting for my own sake to go through and see how many sets, because I'm venturing to guess it's over 1,000. So, and probably over 300, probably over 300 in my backlog. So, yeah. Part of the reason why I did this channel is because I wanted to teach my son about business. And then 2, because my wife is like, maybe we need to scale back on the Lego stuff unless you can turn it into like a side hustle. And I'm like, challenge accepted. Because I didn't want to stop buying Lego. So, got to find a way to monetize it, hopefully. Slowly but surely. Not in a rush. But it does help that we both make a good living. But it wasn't always the case. There was those days when we really had to budget on what I was buying. But no, not a millionaire. I wish. One day. Because then also, what constitutes a millionaire? Are you looking at just assets or assets minus liabilities? And I would say the former. So that'd be a no. But yeah, my wife would say that I have too many Lego sets. But I'm of the mindset you can never have enough Lego sets. The problem is time to build and enjoy said Lego sets. But, you know, there's these things called jobs. Terrible. Because I'm definitely not one of those YouTubers that's making money off of it. that Pokeball is, yeah, that and the upscaled minifigure. Yeah, I want that. Not gonna lie. But we'll see. We'll see what they offer with it. I have not. What is that? Absolute Batman. I'm assuming that's the most recent Batman comic book. I may have to check out my friendly comic book store. Yeah, the problem is, like, as far as having time to read, that's the problem. With 3 little kids, 3 under 5, and then my day job averages about 50 hours a week. And then this on top of it, really the only way I can read a book is, or comic books, would be if it's on tape. And then obviously for comic books, that does, you know, doesn't really do it justice. So got to get the kids a little bit more self-sufficient. So hello. But yeah, I got to get the kids a little bit more self-sufficient, and then hopefully little dude will be able to help out on doing stuff for this channel and editing. Because man, oh day, man alive, no one explained to me that if you do YouTube, how much time goes into editing. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm overanalyzing it, but a 24-hour stream. I would love to do that for the Death Slice or the Star Wars Dollhouse, as I've heard some people refer to it. I would love to do that all in one fell swoop. I don't know how long that would take. Yes, little dude will edit the channel. Pet dolphin. I might be sleep deprived, if I'm reading that right. But yeah, I mean, my son is wicked smart, kind of scary smart. Not to brag, but sometimes it kind of scares me, and I'm like, man, I could see him by the time he's 7. He'd be like, let me give a crack at that, Dad, and edit that video for you. Because some of the questions he asks me, I'm like, where did you learn about that? Have you been to Australia? No, not yet. Hopefully one day for a work trip. I gotta find a way to make it out there. My wife has. My wife has traveled way more than I have. So my wife did the choir as a kid, and so she traveled a lot. The only countries I've been to is Belize and Mexico, Honduras, Nicaragua, and then like all the Caribbean islands. But I apologize if you're from a Caribbean island, but like, are those really a country? There's some more like tourist destinations. That just teaches how you 300 plus set backlog. You acquired over time. It happens. Trust and believe. You get 3 degrees. You work some less than desirable jobs, but never stop buying Lego. That's how it happens. Because there was probably, I don't know, 7 years where I bought almost every Star Wars set, and then a whole bunch of other sets, and rarely built. Was the Bat logo in it? I mean, just for a hot second. My son saw that and was like, we need it. So I was like, okay. And then he was like, he likes watching YouTube when he can get a chance. I have to watch YouTube. So that's kind of fun. But he's all into those challenges and whatnot. So he wanted something. And I was like, dude, I don't think you can build that. And he's like, yes, I can. And I'm like, we'll see about it. And so he did a like challenge and got it. I think it was on Instagram or TikTok. And then we built that. And I was like, oh, no problem. It'll take an hour. Easy peasy. No. No. It took so incredibly long that I was like, dude, we're not doing 12 plus yet. Hello, welcome in. We're just talking about the backlog. So I will get around to doing a video of the backlog and pull it all out, because I do need to figure out how many duplicates I have, and offload some of those, because I've realized I have 2 K2SOs, 2 of the UCS ATSTs. So it's like, yikes. Those are some not insignificant, but still some money there. That it doesn't make so much sense to have 2 of those. Super Smash Bros. Oh man, taking me back to childhood. I grew up with, this will date me, but I grew up with the N64. Some GoldenEye, some Star Fox. I don't think it gets any better than that. Bailed you out of the American fork. I was telling my coworkers, man, needs to be some additional training. I don't want to be out and about when somebody's doing some nonsense like that. 1990s kid, yes, yes, yes. It's hard to believe since I have 3 kids under 5. But when you go to school for 8 years, get 3 degrees, you just start everything a little bit later. And that's how you also get such an incredible backlog. How am I liking the Enterprise build so far? It's great. Makes me want the Defiant. So I would recommend it. It sucks that, to be frank, that they have so much stickers. I mean, but that's how did you guess? Yes. Yes, yes. That is one of my degrees. And then a Master of Laws as well. So how big is your backlog? Best Texas restaurant? Uh, this is going to divide a lot of people if you know anything about Texas. But Joe T. Garcia's. I love Joe T. Garcia's. Now, there's a lot of awesome Mexican restaurants, a lot of barbecue restaurants. So Texas has a lot. But as far as price and taste, Joe T. Garcia's. The best restaurant, Texas restaurant, is in London, the Texas Embassy. Favorite bands and songs? That seems like an OPSEC issue. So, quite frankly, I don't listen to much music because right now it's a lot of podcasts, a lot of watching a lot of YouTube to learn about YouTube, so then I can teach my son about YouTube. So, can't say that I have favorite band at the moment because it's been a while. Yeah, Joe T. Garcia. It's again. I'm very much a person of considering the value. So I can go to a Ruth's Chris steakhouse and it's like, yeah, you've got a great steak, but it's to me just marginally better than Texas Roadhouse. So it is not worth it for me to go to like some killer place to get a super fantastic pricey meal when I can just get a great meal at a great price. I have more backlog. Yeah, than the prisoners in American Fork. Oh, man. That American Fork stuff. Too funny, too funny. It is interesting build. Not gonna lie. So I guess it's like this. How you build the port side first. But yeah, speaking of the Reckless Ben, which seems like everyone's hinting at, that is wild. I've been tempted to do another video on that, or a proper video on it, because thus far I've only done shorts. But I cannot believe, if Echo Base Network is correct, then that press release by Bricks and Minifigs is incredibly problematic, should I say. I can't imagine saying that he has been compensated and then will it make it in my top 10? Probably not. I mean, top 50? Yes. This set, top 50. Probably not top 10. So, because top 10, you've got the Lambda class Imperial Shuttle, the Ewok Village, which back there, which I do need to rebuild and dust off. But, and then probably top is the Airport Shuttle, which practically every survey I do with Lego ask for monorails to come back. I know this is going to be weird, but Star Wars Duplo, because I want my son to appreciate Star Wars as much as I do, and those 4+ sets just aren't cutting it. Brick and or minifig. Yes, the bricks and minifigs. But yeah, so saying that he had been compensated when Echo Base Network apparently talked to Brian Mansell, and he said he has not been compensated. So one could make the argument that that could be a materially false statement. We need Duplo Smart Play. I don't know. There's the rumors that I don't know what's in jest anymore or what's factual with all the leaks going around. But there's rumors that they are improving the Smart Brick. And if they improve it so that way it's the same as the Sound Brick, so you can actually, I don't know, have actual sounds, then maybe. But we have every one of the Star Wars Smart Play sets, which my son loves and I do enjoy. Okay, yeah, you've got to be trolling me on that one. You got to be trolling me, because yeah, I don't buy that for a second. If I'm being honest, I don't think you're related to Josh Johnson. Okay, that maybe I'll give you. Yeah. The high school I went to, it was the majority of it, the vast majority of it was Mormon. So I get the joke there. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate the good humor. If you were truly related to the McNeffs, I'm sorry. I like some good humor, but hubris is kind of where I draw the line. If you're not Maximus, you can't be going around with an ego like that. Okay, that is too much closing to politics, so I'll move on from that. Okay. Judd Maximus. Okay, man. So what can you bench? And are you like Adatoli? Is it Adatoli? The guy that looks like he can't bench nothing, and then he's got that heavy mop that he gives people. Favorite set of the year so far? It's sad that I just built it, but it's probably between the Going Merry and the 3-in-1 pirate ship. I ventured to guess once I build Garp's battleship that's going to win out. But I haven't revealed to my wife that we picked that up. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. But yes, I have the corrected sticker sheet. I would reach out to him. So for mine, it was so strange. I guess it's because I was asking for a replacement sticker sheet on the GWP as well, because I had heard, and I knew since it was going to be on my backlog for a while, that I had to open it up and check the sticker sheet in there, and mine was a mangled mess. There was like, it was all creased over and then wrinkled, and some of the stickers was like peeling off. So I went ahead and requested a replacement sticker sheet for that and this, and they had me send pictures of each with the actual codes. And I was like, man, that's the first time I've ever had to do that. And I was like, you can look at my account. It's not quite a Stud City account, but I was like, you can look at my account. I'm not messing around. You could see that I've purchased this, but I guess there was a lot of people calling in and just requesting the sticker sheets for that and then this that didn't actually own the set. Joint. I don't know. The way I look at it is if you're married to somebody, they can pull the plug on you. So if you can't trust them with your money, oh, God help you. How are you going to trust them with your life? That could be a very real situation. So, yeah, you better believe I trust her with my money. Because, yeah, I got to be able to trust her with my life. So, but, okay, now I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so I do know somebody that their favorite set is that Pokemon set, and I'm just like, the amount of pieces that were wasted in that stand, and then who's got a shelf if you live in the United States that can fit that? Because for whatever reason, IKEA in their infinite wisdom decided to discontinue the deep bookshelves. Like, come on now. But apparently the only people that were buying them in the United States were Lego fans. So I guess there's not enough of us. Polybag. Maybe a ship. The new city train. The classic one or the actual like one that's like a city train? Minas Tirith? That is one theme that I have stayed away from, is the Lord of the Rings. And that's just because I don't have enough display space for all of those sets. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if I was a land member or whatever they call them now, I wouldn't say no. But as far as spending money, yeah, we've got a decent sized house, but again, 3 kids under 5. I'm not going to put Borador somewhere in this house and have one of my kids rip that apart, break it. No, thank you. I can't for the foreseeable future, regardless of what happens to my channel. I cannot. My job prevents me from joining the Lego fan collab. So I would basically have to step away from the channel and let my wife and son do it. But yeah. Currently, I cannot. But my son and wife they would love the idea. So I'll just have to be LAN or Lego fan collab wannabe and just do it on my own dime. No. No, sorry, yeah, it's not a good joke. But no, she would probably knock me over the head and take me for a mental psych eval if I got all of the Lord of the Rings sets. So, not something I want to actively encourage. Yeah, once he can take over, then yeah, maybe. Or when I retire. But I don't know. If you look at Brixies, I mean, I know several individuals that have Lego channels, and it seems like there's a lot here that, not Lego fan collab, whatever, and are doing just fine. Now, if Lego sent me a set that I wasn't part of the fan collab, I'd probably be fine. Because they have sent some, like through I know at least one creator where they've sent it like through a third party like agency or whatever. I think that I would have to do some research, but I think I'd be fine on that. Ethics. and I love my job, my day job and this job. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep on doing both. Yeah, they can't spell. I think that's because they wanted to, they can't spell Lego Fan Collab properly. I think that's because they wanted to trademark it. Yeah. No. Again, getting back to my statement that if you can't trust your spouse with your money, then heaven help you, because and pretty much any state that I know of, you're trusting them with your life. If something happens to you, you get in a bad car accident or get injured in the job, they could pull the plug on you. So you should be able to trust them with your money. Hey, it's all in good fun. All in good fun. Would you ever do a fan meetup? I mean, because I'm packing heat all the time, so I'm not worried about it. It's not like somebody's going to jump me. So, haven't helped them if they tried. No, I'm not part of the collab. I can't be. Son would love to. He would love free Lego. My son loves Lego. He calls this the Lego HQ. Yep, yep. Always. You never know what craziness you're going to run into. Yep. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I did some jobs for money before I got to the job I'm in currently, and I tell my son all the time when he asks about like going to work and all this stuff, I'm like, it is not about about the money, because if you go into a job just for the money, you can be my age and then starting a family, because you'll be sitting behind a desk for your entire life. Yeah. You never know. I'm unassuming in person, so it helps. So besides YouTube, what do y'all do? It is funny that you talk about BAM, because when I was in Rogue Brick today, they were talking about that. And like one of the ladies like was offered a job from Lego, and she was like telling me, she was like, yeah, the job announcement said like it was a temporary position. You had to have a complex knowledge of Lego and Lego items, and that the full job description would not be disclosed to you unless you got the job. I was like, interesting. But I will have to say, as far as the Enterprise goes, uh, this is probably the most complex build that I've done while talking and on stream. So, as you can tell, there's a lot of 1x1 and 1x2 plates. That makes it interesting while talking. It's a 24-hour stream. Master Builder and Apprentice of Clash Powers. There is a guy, I forget his name off the top of my head, but there's a guy that has only like a handful of videos, and he is a Lego employee, which will always be a dream job of mine. And he goes through his day, and I'm like, his day is incredible. Like, he takes his kids to school. There's a cafeteria in the Bill and Denmark campus. And like, he goes home at a reasonable hour, and then they get to check out Lego sets and take them home. I'm like, if I was wealthy, I would do that job for free. I would love to design sets. I mean, figure if you're a true Lego fan, who wouldn't want to design a set? But then you could have what happened to PinkBrix happen. So there's always that potential downside if you were to design a set. Which, I guess, poll the audience. Who all has built PinkBrix set? Great guy, by the way. But I'm curious, have any of you guys built his set? All right, well, good night. Thanks for joining in. I guess it is 11:40 here. That is a no for me. I was like, what happened between, again, not to disparage him, but I was like, what happened between the show and the set that came out? I was like, how did this happen? But hopefully that TV show continues going, because I'd love to go on that at some point in time. That would be amazing. Not a fan? Woo! Yikes! Stealing girlfriends? My childhood friend loved doing that. He thought it was like a sport. And I was like, no, it's not for me. Because then you're just waiting for somebody else to steal. I'm like, no. No, thank you. I don't want to always be like worried somebody would steal my spouse. No, thanks. So I have to ask, are you being facetious? Are you trolling me about the duck bricks thing, or serious about that? It seems like he's got a pretty good business going on. If you're into private equity. That does not look right. The weird angles of this ship is not what I thought it would be. No, but seriously, I guess if you don't want to talk about it, then don't have to, but about the duck bricks thing. So what is everyone's favorite Lego theme? So in terms of like the channel or him in person? Because I've never met him in person. I mean, I think basically, I mean, everyone's a little different on how they approach Lego, but my takeaway is that he really loves Lego. Simpsons. Yeah, I have all the CMFs, but I don't have any of the sets, which I kind of regret. But then when I didn't get the first one, well, I guess it was the house was the first one. I almost got an incredible deal on that, and I was like, no, because that was around the time when I was like, didn't have time to build anything, and so I just kept adding to the backlog. So I didn't get that, and then as they kept expanding, I was like, well, then I'm gonna have to go back and buy the house. But have all the CMFs. Love the CMFs. The Simpsons. I'd love another round of like the CMFs because there are so many incredible characters in The Simpsons that they're never going to be able to get to, like ever, by just releasing sets, unless it was like a proper theme. Well, I mean, I guess he did, getting back to the PinkBrix thing, he did step away from LAN. But I think that was a similar like conflict thing. Because when you're trying to launch like a multi-million-dollar business, or hopefully I think he wants $1 billion business, then you can't be sponsored by a toy company. Which, let's be real, everyone that is part of LAN or the fan collab thing now is effectively sponsored. If they're in the United States, which he is in the United States. You made me get Chick-fil-A. I mean, Chick-fil-A is awesome. You can never go wrong with Chick-fil-A. In grad school, I had the Chick-fil-A breakfast platters before finals. Every day I had finals, I got the Chick-fil-A breakfast platter. And I attribute it to my success. So, which, by the way, if you ever find yourself in Atlanta, the Dwarf House, awesome. It's 3 Chick-fil-A's together. They've got the actual old school diner. Then they have like an actual Chick-fil-A, and then they've got like the mobile Chick-fil-A. I had the pleasure of going to Atlanta for work, and on my travel day, hit up that Chick-fil-A Dwarf House. So, again, if you're ever in Atlanta, definitely check it out. Which, by the way, talking about Atlanta, don't mess around with the Lego stores there. they do not take kindly to you taking pictures or videos, even if you are literally the only, well, one of 2 people, but the other person's with you, one of 2 people in the store. They will jump on you. So my lesson learned there is, if you visit a Lego store, ask before you take out your phone, camera, anything, even if you're, quite frankly, the only person in the store. But I know, like, on a first name basis with all of the Lego employees at the North Park store in Dallas, which, by the way, is the world's smallest official corporate owned Lego store. Fun fact. So they let me film there, but don't always make a video of it, because sometimes it doesn't come out right, because with it being the smallest official Lego store, it is hard to get good footage in that Lego store. So what did you get at don't even joke. So confused. Please clarify. It's been 13 years since I went to a Lego store in Atlanta. I mean, I was surprised. It was gigantic. But I was tight on time, so I didn't get to go to both. I only went to one. I wanted to go to the other store to figure out if they were going to give me grief for just pulling out a phone. But I don't know. Maybe they get a lot of robberies there. I don't know. Maybe thought I was casing the joint or something. But yeah, anyone else on like their favorite favorite theme? It is Atlanta. Yeah, I mean, I don't go to Atlanta for just no reason. So, but interesting city. Feels like I've been on this bag for like ever. But yeah, since no one else is going to answer about favorite themes, I'd have to say I do like the city, trains, and Star Wars. I do miss pirates, but I guess we de facto have pirates again via One Piece. So now all we're really missing is castle, but I guess maybe Lego thinks that Lord of the Rings is kind of our castle, but if they think that's the case, then I think they're poorly mistaken. Or maybe they're just relying on us getting the 3-in-1 castle and Bricklink castles. Which that's something that I need to build, is that Outlaw Fortress. Because I may have 1, 2, 20 or so of the CMFs to go along with it. In fact, I think I've lost count on how many of those CMFs I have. When I was at Rogue Brick, they had one, not the one to go with the Outlaw Den, but they had one of the Dragonborns for essentially the price of the CMF package. They had forgotten to price it. It was going to be $16, but they had it just for like the CMF price. And I was like, is that right? And they're like, I guess we'll let you have it because we didn't put a sticker on it that it was more expensive. Okay, so you guys can't answer what's the favorite theme? What's your least favorite theme? I'll go first. Brickheads. Granted, I do like my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle brickheads, but I think it's a theme that could go. I think people are getting sleepy. Man, I feel like I'm dragging on this. I could not imagine doing a 24-hour stream. Definitely not solo. Because that would be quite the undertaking. Interesting little segment. All the, well, do you call it Nike or Nike? I'm always surprised by the people that call it Nike. But yeah, I would agree with you, the Nike. Although, I do have the Nike soccer ball up there. So, I mean, it's great because I like playing soccer with my son. But yeah, I can agree with you on that. Especially if it makes room for Pirates, Castle. There's so many other IPs that they could make, themes. But Nike must be paying some good money. But yeah, I've heard people over in Europe, they'll call it Nike instead of Nike. But I guess it makes sense because we don't say Mikey, we say Mike. It always just throws me off though. What? All right. This segment, they don't give you much of a reference point. So have you all built the X-Files? That set I thought was awesome as well. I guess earlier when people were asking about the probably best set so far, I don't know, that's definitely in contention. I love the FBI agents in there. So it's a cool set. Plus, I mean, who doesn't want a spinning spaceship or alien ship, UFO? I'll admit I played with that far too long, just sitting there spinning it, admiring this set. Which is good because it was expensive for what it was. Man, there's a lot of snot techniques on this. A lot. I am not sure how I flipped that many pages accidentally on the manual. What in the world? Okay. How in the world? Oh, that's right. There's that little stud. Woo! That is a bit disorienting because you have it building this way, basically in all dimensions. It's eventually going to come together, I guess. For now, it's just going to be kind of split open. I was hoping to average like 6 minutes per bag, but woo! It was good while it started, but man, slowing down a bit. This is a bit of a tedious part. A lot of 1x2 plates. The lower part, yeah. So I have to ask, how long did it take you to build? Because I don't know if it's just that I'm tired or what, but I'm like, man, this is going much slower than I thought it would. And then is it swooshable at all? Not gonna go crazy with it, but I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to kind of fly it around the house, have some fun with the set. I don't keep track, but it took a long time. So then I have to ask, are you getting the new Star Trek set in, where's my calendar? Just a little over, what, a week? Anything is swooshable. Depends if you're willing to rebuild it. Yeah, I guess that is true. Especially if my son gets a hold of it. That's like a certainty. Yeah, I want the next Star Trek set, the Enterprise bridge. But the problem is like, sounds like they don't have a gift with purchase, and there's a lot of stickers, and then the price. It'll probably have to wait. No, on the new set. Yeah. So then, what other Star Trek set would you get? Like, what would put you over the edge to get another one? For me, it would be like Defiant, DS9. Just take my money. Like, yes. Because those are sets that I would love to have. I would love to have Benjamin Sisko, Odo, man, all the characters. But mainly Sisko and Odo. Some Ferengi would be cool. Oh, could you imagine a bird of prey? Woo! I think that would be a hard one to design, but it would look so good. So good. Or, is it Dejarik class? The Romulan? That would be awesome. But the geometry of that, it's like, it'd have to be a massive ship, I think, to do it right. But yeah, then the Dominion, I would love some of that. Even a Borg ship. I think they could do. I'd hope it wouldn't be the cube. Sphere, I think, would be better, but you could easily do a cube. But if that's the case, then I need like an army of Borg. Because there's already some mocks out there for the Borg cube. I'm just hoping that they either do like a CMF or some proper play sets. Well, I guess the new Enterprise one is kind of a play set, just albeit expensive with a ton of stickers. Although I get with the transporter, it's like, yeah, you're not going to be able to print it and get that effect. But still, all the other stickers are kind of disappointing. One stuff. And then as far as like Klingon ships, are you talking like classic Klingon or some of that newer stuff? Away team CMF? You'd be all red shirts. That would be so fun. Like what they could do is similar to the Camino training facility for Star Wars. They could do a red shirt gift with purchase. You got like just 4 red shirts. Oh, yeah. Wait until I do the video of cleaning this place up. Yes, this is organized. That is not organized. The rest of the room is not organized. So this is just all pretty. The rest of the room is more like a typical Lego room that I definitely need to get in order. So I will be doing a video. I'm working on it incrementally so, but then showing people what not to do and work on keeping it tidy. But I appreciate the kind words about how organized it is. But yeah, the rest of it is not. It's getting there, but I was just kind of in a hurry to get it set up, and then I haven't taken the time to really tidy it up and figure out a good system moving forward. But I need to, because then I really need to go through my backlog and figure out what I have duplicates of, what I can sell, so that way I can have a budget going forward. But yeah, I do like the idea of the old school ships for sure. But the red shirt CMS, that would be so awesome. That would make me laugh. If it was a set, I would have to get like multiples and just make a video about it. My studio's a mess. Yeah, it's easy to do with Lego because I mean, even the bags, like after streams, I pick up the bags because I figure it's not worth the time, energy, and effort during a stream to get them in a proper waste receptacle or trash can. So I just put them on the floor, and then I have to clean those up. So yeah, it's easy to have a Lego room get in a mess in a hurry. So don't feel bad. But yes, it is satisfying to every once in a while to get it all cleaned up and nice and tidy. Missed a step. Okay. It's like, how am I off? Okay. Yeah, for sure. It's like organized chaos, a Lego room. Until you get to the point where it's like you can't handle it anymore, and then you gotta just go like manic on it and get it cleaned. Several steps on here where it's like, do this on both sides. And it's like, I'm glad that I'm good at Lego, because my wife, quite frankly, would have a hard time like this step where it's like, yeah, do this on this side and then know where to put it on the other side. The World Cup trophy. Yeah, I really would love the Spanish one. Spain one. It's a shame that they don't make it available. Like, even if they were just do like a limited run, be like, hey, we're gonna open it up to everyone. You got a week to put in your order, and then we're cutting it off. It's why? Why not open it up to every Lego fan? Use my Lego Atari box to store all the empty bags until it's full. Yeah. How was the Atari set? Was it worth picking up? All right. Now I gotta figure this out. Okay. I was not impressed by the Sega Genesis. It was so small. But then I guess I was thinking Nintendo, and I was like, oh, I'm super stoked. This is so exciting. And then totally oblivious to the price point and the piece count. And then when I got it, I was like, yeah, that was fun, but that like took all of like 30 seconds to build. Yeah, I have an original Atari. So um, not all the controllers are like fully functional, but I have an original. Um, my favorite is Space Invaders. The fun little builds inside. Yeah, that's kind of the cool thing about some of the bigger adult 18 plus sets is all the Easter eggs that they put inside. Did they have any reference to Space Invaders? I guess I need to take another look at that set. Although I know it's retired and I have to pay a exorbitant amount of money if I want it. Wait a second. have 2 of these. Ah, classic Lego problem. Yep. I was like, I think I'm getting ready to join these 2 sides. Sure enough. Okay. It's literally 3 axles. It's a little disconcerting. I mean, I guess, yeah. I probably would have traded one of those out. Probably not Asteroids or Centipede. But Adventure probably for Space Invaders. Or maybe Asteroids, I don't know. But I personally love Space Invaders. State of Tejas, Texas. How about yourself? Okay, there's the third one. It's like, what? So, complete saucer separation. That is much sturdier than I had anticipated. Makes me a bit worried about how these are attaching. El Paso, wow. Yeah, that is a big drive. That's like, woo. Now I'm in the DFW area. So that's something like a lot of people from Europe can't fathom is how big Texas is. They're like, oh yeah, you can just drive across the state. And you're like, you realize how big Texas is? Because I don't think you do. I mean, that's like bigger than a lot of countries over in Europe. All right, I definitely thought I'd get further than that, but I am probably going to have to call it a night. Because that's only 7 bags and there's 30 bags. Good gravy. This is going to take longer than anticipated. And I only got 2 minifigs. So we'll be on again tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central Time. Wife will be joining. I'll probably have to schedule this one for another live stream. And I will probably make it a longer one next weekend so that I can power through this. But because tomorrow we've got 2 of the upscaled minifigs. So looking forward to that because I got to get caught up on those because we have another one coming out, the Pokemon one. So just in DFW for the World Cup. Yeah, I went to the Dallas Stadium, so AT&T, and I did a build in front of it. Would not recommend on a windy day to build a Lego set outside. Probably not the best idea, especially when you got a World Cup going on. I don't know what I was thinking, but it was fun. But yeah, so I'm glad you made it out for the World Cup. It was quite the experience having that many people in town and trying to get around day to day. So, but thanks everyone for watching. Again, we'll be on tomorrow. Gonna have another video dropping soon about visiting Rogue Bricks, so take a look at that. And got loads more content coming in the pipeline. So thanks for watching, and hopefully see you guys tomorrow.